Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Today we will summarize Civilization by Niall Ferguson. In this book, Ferguson has tried to explain how Europe has grown and developed this faster compared to its Eastern counterparts. Only 500 years ago, societies in the East were much more culturally and technologically advanced compared to European societies. Europe was in fact backward, surrounded by conflict among its many states. Europe was struggling with dreadful sanitation and deadly diseases. While China was able to build great architectural projects like formidable city, large naval assets and trading as far as Middle East and Africa. Ottomans were another great big empire at the time, stretching from southern Europe to Far East Asia with large economic and military resources. While Eastern growth was stagnating in 15th century, Europe was beginning to pick up the pace. From relative poverty, Europe became a leading civilization in just 500 years. In 1500, Europe had 10% of the world economic output, which grew to 79% by 1900. What changed the equation? Ferguson claims that it is 6 institutional developments which provided the West exponential advantage over the rest of the world. These 6 developments are as follows. Development of rational scientific thinking, spirit of competitiveness led to free market capitalism, representative government, property rights, rule of law and democracy, advancement in medicine, Protestant work ethic, and consumer society. These 6 developments happened in Europe at different times, but all of them contributed in creating conditions crucial for development and improvement of human society. Let's rationalize the impact of each of the development. We will start with competitiveness. Europe always has been a fragmented continent. In much of the history, its many states were constantly at war with each other. Between 1500 and 1800, Spain was at war 81% of the time, England 53% and France 52%. Consistent wars created competitive culture between states. Competition led to technological advancement in military hardware. Need to fund the wars led to development of capital financial institutions such as bond market, public companies and banks. Competitiveness led European nations to seek fortune and power in other parts of the world. Merchants took to the seas to find new markets and trade routes. Their military strength and desire for wealth allowed them to dominate the native populations, often which were much larger than them. These conquests brought new wealth and opportunities for European further progress. This way, Europe colonized and exploited the rest of the world. The next development was the spread of knowledge and scientific thinking. Ferguson states that the shift of Christian religious thinking from Catholic to Protestant initiated the rise in literacy. Invent of printing press allowed the spread of scientific knowledge across Europe. Quick adaptation of new scientific theories by Western rulers and use of printing press helped them create a liberal society based on rationalism rather than religious superstition. Ottoman Empire, on the other hand, banned printing press and suppressed scientific progress or information dissemination. This resulted in once powerful empire crumbling in strength. The next development which Europe adopted was representative government and property rights. Discovery and colonization of Americas provided a perfect experiment between 2 models of governance systems. The British in North America and Spanish in South or Central America developed 2 opposing systems of governance. Today, this is no doubt which system proved successful. In North America, USA is a leading world nation, whereas countries in its south suffered centuries of instability following independence. In North, land was shared among settlers. They had their rights on their property, leading to voting rights and development of a system of representative government over time. A culture of rule of law and constitutional governance developed in North, which eventually formed United States of America. In Spanish America, the crown owned the land. Native population had no political power in the system. At the time of independence, they had no democratic traditions. Dictatorships and civil wars followed their independence. The next development was advancement in medicine. Europe had deadliest diseases such as plague and smallpox up until 17th century. During the Black Death epidemic, half of Europe's population died. Life expectancy was very low, only between 30 and 40 years. Since the start of 17th century, developments in public health, better sanitation, introduction of preventative vaccinations improved life expectancy, and it doubled within a period of 10 years in many European states. Advent of new medicine enabled Western nations to reach even deeper into colonized regions without threat of deadly epidemics to exploit even more resources. Another contribution was the consumer society. Industrial revolution transformed industrial production in Western nations. The less known revolution is which came through consumption. Mass production reduced the cost of goods. New resources of wealth increased population's purchase power. More consumption led to further growth of industries, hence job growth and better quality of life. Many other societies copied Western lifestyle in terms of jeans, Coca-Cola and other products related to lifestyle. This also helped Western industries to grow in size. The last one is Protestant work ethic. Ferguson believes that Protestant values knowledge, literacy, and hard work, which are crucial to economic prosperity. Other religious cultures might believe that they have all the same work ethic. Other nations tried to copy these Western ways of development. Japan is a successful example. Later on, other countries, including Turkey and some Southeast Asian nations, tried to use the Western path for developing their societies, although with varying success rates. Western economic growth has been slowing down for the past few decades, and a big share of economic growth has shifted towards Asia, mainly China. Financial crisis of 2008 has further undermined confidence in Western economies. Western work ethics is drifting away. Europe working hours are going shorter compared to Asia. Education standards in some Asian nations are far superior now compared to Europe. Future of the West may be uncertain. We should remember that many elements of Western civilization are still thriving elsewhere. The rise of the rest of the world has been largely the result of them using Western methods and innovations. To summarize, West adopted competitive culture, democracy, openness to new scientific ideas, progressive work ethics, innovation in science and medicine, and a consumer culture to take lead from the rest of the world. Other nations should take ideas from these 6 major transformations West used and align their development policies according to their indigenous strength. I hope you enjoyed listening. Keep the spirit of learning new things alive. Goodbye.